Ever wondered how to make a perfect French apple cake at home? Now, you don't have to wonder anymore as we're diving into the delightful world of this simple, yet utterly delicious dessert. French apple cake is a rustic treat that will transport your taste buds straight to the charming patisseries of Paris. Despite its exquisite taste, it's surprisingly light and easy to whip up in your own kitchen. This cake is a beautiful medley of baking apples, apple cider vinegar, flour, baking powder, salt, butter, white and brown sugar, eggs, a splash of dark rum, a hint of vanilla extract, and a dusting of powdered sugar. The star of the show, of course, are the baking apples, which lend their unique flavor and texture to the cake. These apples are peeled, cored, and cubed, then tossed with apple cider vinegar to create a harmonious blend of sweet and tart flavors. This isn't just a cake, it's a celebration of apples at their finest. And the best part is, it's a cake that anyone can make. With a few simple steps and the right ingredients, you can bring this classic French dessert to your own kitchen. So, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and embark on this culinary adventure? Let's get started. First things first, gather all your ingredients. You'll need a delightful blend of the following: baking apples, crisp and juicy. About 4 to 5 medium-sized ones should do the trick. A splash, about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar for that subtle tang. A cup of all-purpose flour to hold everything together, along with a teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt for the perfect rise and balance. Next, butter, unsalted, and room temperature, half a cup. We'll also need white and brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup and a 1/4 cup respectively, for that sweet caramel undertone. 2 large eggs to bind it all together, a tablespoon of dark rum for a depth of flavor you'll appreciate, a teaspoon of vanilla extract to add that classic sweet aroma we all love. And finally, powdered sugar for dusting. About a tablespoon should be enough to give our cake a snowy finish. Ensure each ingredient is measured accurately for the best results. Now that we have all our ingredients ready, it's time to start baking. The star of our cake is the apple, so let's get them ready. Begin by peeling your apples. Once peeled, core them to remove the seeds and any tough parts. Then, cut the apples into cubes. This shape not only provides a lovely texture to our cake, but also allows the apples to cook evenly. Now, here's a little secret. Toss these cubed apples with apple cider vinegar. This enhances the natural tanginess of the apples and adds an extra layer of flavor to our French apple cake. With our apples prepared, we're ready to move on to the next step. Now, we start on our batter. The first step in creating our batter involves handling our dry ingredients. In a separate bowl, you'll want to combine your flour, baking powder, and salt. Make sure to mix them well so that each ingredient gets to know the other quite intimately. This ensures a seamless blend when we introduce them to their wet counterparts. Next, let's get the butter and sugars acquainted. We're going to beat them together until they achieve a light and fluffy texture. This is a crucial step, as it's what gives our French apple cake its delightfully airy nature. So take your time here, and remember, the fluffier, the better. Once you've achieved the perfect fluff, you'll want to introduce the eggs. Add them one at a time, ensuring each egg is fully integrated before introducing the next. This method allows for a smoother, more uniform batter, which is just what we're aiming for. Now, for a touch of sophistication, we'll be adding some dark rum and vanilla extract. These not only infuse our batter with a rich depth of flavor, but also enhance the natural sweetness of the apples we'll be adding later. Finally, we're ready to unite our dry and wet ingredients. Add the flour mixture in 2 parts, gently folding it in with a spatula. This method helps to keep the batter light and prevents overmixing, which can result in a denser cake. And there you have it. Our batter is now ready for the apples. We're almost there. It's time to bake our cake. Now that we've combined our apples with the batter, we're ready for the next step. Gently fold the apple-filled batter into a greased and lined cake pan. Make sure it's spread evenly for a uniform bake. Now, we're ready for the magic to happen. Preheat your oven to a cozy 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the oven is ready, slide your cake pan in with care. Let it bake for about 45 minutes. You're looking for a golden brown top and a cake tester to come out clean. After the timer dings, it's crucial not to rush. Allow the cake to cool in the pan for a good 30 minutes. This lets the cake set and makes it easier to handle. When it's cool enough, invert the cake onto a wire rack. Now for the final touch. Dust the top with a generous sprinkle of powdered sugar. This gives a sweet finish and an appealing snow-capped look. Slice it up and serve. And there you have it, a perfect French apple cake right from your kitchen. Enjoy!